Ready to dump the black tank?
Are you ready to dump the black tank? I'm looking. I'm watching.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta
Watching with gloves on?
I gotta do all the nasty stuff, huh?
Today you do.
That's nice. Such a sweetheart.
I know. Let me do lunch.
I signed the marriage certificate.
What'd you say?
So I signed the marriage certificate.
Oh. We are done at Anastasia State Park, and we're just going to use the dump station real quick to empty up and then head to Lake Jasper in South Carolina. We're going to stop in Jacksonville on the way there though, because we bought some bicycles from Facebook Marketplace. Well, we made it to South Carolina. We are here for 2 nights at Camp Lake Jasper. These are our new bicycles. Trent's awesome little Panama Jack and my new Schwinn. Both new to us, but used. These are our new bicycles. Wow. It's so pretty. We just had a nice swim at the pool. Now we're heading, where are we going, babe?
Gwen and Franny's fried chicken.
Yes, so excited.
Go to the supermarket and get a bike repair kit because someone decided to run over a nail tonight.
The first ride on my bicycle. Oh, that sucks. Oh well. Ooh, this one's really pretty. Just that one. It's more green.
Oh, that one is really pretty. Oh. Didn't see that, babe.
This bridge is kind of creepy.
Why? Hey, everybody.
City of Savannah, welcome to.
We're in the city of Savannah. Heading to a farmer's market. And let's see what they have there.
Oh, tour buses. Oh, this is so pretty. Turn around.
I don't know if it's gonna be good because my wrist.
Go to the, what's it called? The
8th Air Force, Museum. What's going on here? Oh, that's how you do that. Okay. My grandpa, he was part of the 8th Air Force during World War II, and he dropped bombs on the Nazis. So it's kind of sentimental to me, but I also really like history. So I'm gonna check that out.
Please go up there. This is jalapeno.
Oh, there's
There you
pesto bread. Yum. We could use that for the hummus since we don't have broccoli anymore.
When you hold the bag and when you're ready, just let me know.
Thank you.
How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
All right.
Yeah.
Stewart Air Base in southeast England in late 1940. But this is a B-17 that flew, it was built toward the end of the war. This particular one did not have any combat time, but it's painted up as the city of Savannah. The 5,000th B-17 was processed here through Savannah. They very quickly put together the infrastructure and organization for the 8th Air Force. They went overseas to England and started putting the rest of the infrastructure in place. However, Savannah remained a processing point. What I mean by that is the aircraft were built at 3 plants on the West Coast, 2 in California and 1 in Washington State. They would be flown across the country by women air service pilots, so women pilots flew these bombers across the country. Here to Savannah, they get matched up with an air crew who would take it overseas and start flying combat missions, okay? Yeah, so Jimmy Stewart had a private pilot's license before the war, and when the war started for the United States, he volunteered to fly in the Army Air Forces, right? The commanding general of the Army Air Forces, Hap Arnold, said, no, you're far too valuable as an actor. We need you to make movies for us. So they put him in, believe it or not, the movie unit. The Army Air Forces actually had a movie unit to make recruiting films and training films and war bonds films. So Jimmy Stewart did that for a little while, but he volunteered to fly, so he wanted to fly. So he volunteered to become an instructor pilot flying B-17s just like this. So he was flying B-17s, training new pilots how to fly B-17s. Well, Jimmy Stewart, being Jimmy Stewart, wanted to do more with that. So he volunteered to fly in combat. So he transferred to a B-24 unit and flew 30 combat missions in B-24s over Europe in World War II. He was a squadron commander and a group operations officer. He enjoyed being in the Air Force so much that when the war was over, he volunteered to stay on. And as this gentleman said, he retired as a brigadier general from the U.S. Air Force Reserves. Matter of fact, as a reserve general, he actually flew combat missions, 2 combat missions in Vietnam, flying B-52s. And on the retired list, he was promoted to Major General. So when Jimmy Stewart passed away a few years ago, he was actually retired Major General, United States Air Force Reserve. How about that?
That's cool.
No. So this is the infamous ball turret. 5'6" maximum height, right? And no parachute, remember? So it was prohibited to take off or land inside the ball turret. You're crossing the English Channel, you'd rotate the turret so the hatch was on top. You pop open the hatch, you climb in. Your rear end goes here, your back goes here, your shoulders go here, right? They close up the hatch behind you, right? And now you're locked up in the ball for the next 6 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Okay? It's fogged up. Absolutely not. Because the temperature inside the ball is the same as the temperature outside the ball, which is what did we decide earlier?
-60?
Minus 60, minus 70, right?
Wow. Do you have to push it up?